Welcome everybody to the Flaminpit Show. How you doing back there, John?
Very good, and it's good to see you back in the studio after.
I know you miss me.
Yeah, I do. I think it's but your schedule's been busy, so.
Oh, my schedule's been absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I saw the pictures on Facebook. I saw the arrest warrant.
You saw me running from the cops.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I didn't know I could run so fast.
I didn't know your car could go so fast.
Even with it being on recall, it was rolling. Well, I want to welcome everybody today, and today my guest is Ms. Angela Alexander-Roth. Yes. I have to try to get it all in. And she's going to be doing this really nice fundraising event called Wine and Wiggles. So welcome, Angela. It's been a long time since you've been here. You've changed a little bit.
I have. I changed my look a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me on today.
You're welcome. So tell me about this big event, Wine and Wiggles.
Yes, Wine and Wiggles. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited about this event. I'm more excited than I have been in a while for things. So it's a cocktail party. Mm-hmm. If anybody's ever wanted to take your dog to the bar, this is your chance. It's actually a deli. It's not a bar. But it is a wine tasting, and you're welcome to bring your dogs along. It's a cocktail party at Hoffman's Deco, Deli on June 18th at 7 p.m., and we're going to have a gourmet dinner for the dogs. The doggy dinner actually is going to look like a little cheeseburger and a pack of 6 French fries and a party bone, but it's designed for dogs. It's made by Doodle Dog Bakery.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought Hoffman was in another business.
And Hoffman's is catering the dinner for the food, so everybody
for the people.
Exactly, for the people. Yes. So can you tell I'm excited here?
She is really excited.
Really tough.
I never heard anything like that in Flint.
I've never heard of it at all because I can't see dogs in places to eat. But I know sometimes like out west they do that. They have little cafes in New York and stuff.
New York City's got them, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, coming from Arizona, I used to walk my cat in a little basket down to our restaurant there, and they were very friendly. And we had a little deli. They'd let me take her in the little basket. They all loved her.
Oh, okay.
Me and we would do it as well, but
Wee.
Yeah, she was a Himalayan, so everybody knows those attitudes.
Oh my goodness.
But back to this event, Hoffman's is catering the meal for the people, and Hoffman's is really nice about supporting local farmers. All of their breads are made locally, all of their food is harvested locally. It's a great place. And so this event will be raising money for Friends of Genesee County Animal Shelter, and it's in partnership with Flint After 5 Business Network. And so Flint After 5 brings people together in the evenings. It's a networking organization that's much more low-key. We're fun. We're a relaxed group. Right. And then Friends are the ones that help the animals while they're at animal control. They are different than animal control. They help the animals that are in animal control, trying to make their lives better, and also helping rescues that get those animals out. So one of the big things that Friends does is they pay for the pull fees. Animal control charges rescues the same price that they charge the public to take animals out. So
take them into their shelter or
take them out of animal control.
Okay.
So
now I'm confused. Animal control to me means take them off the street.
Right. They take them off. Animal control takes in a lot of strays. Animal control takes in animals from the public, and then to adopt them from animal control, because a lot of them do go up for adoption.
Okay.
And Friends tries to get them, once they're in animal control, Friends helps get them into various rescues.
Oh, okay. Or people adopt them.
Exactly, and that's wonderful when people come in and adopt.
So now how do people get rid of all the strays? Like I just posted the other day because somebody was saying they had a skunk around them, but I'm like, I'm inundated with cats.
Right.
I mean, now, when we called about the dogs in my neighborhood, they said, well, they can only come out if the dogs are like right there, so they can just drive up to the dog.
Right.
Now, that doesn't happen. Right. So now, this summer, we have tons of cats. It's like they laid up through the winter and they shot them out. So now, there are cats and kittens everywhere. How do people get rid of them? Or what do you do?
The best solution for stray cats is usually TNR, which is trap, neuter, return, because they call it the vacuum effect. So if you remove the animals, then more are just going to come in and fill the void. And so, but if they're spayed and neutered, and there's sources out there to help with this, like All About Animals, they're spayed and neutered, then their numbers will be kept consistent. They're going to stop spraying. They're going to stop all of the yowling. They're going to stop all of the fighting, all of those behaviors that are really annoying to a lot of people and dangerous for the cats. Getting them fixed actually helps that. And All About Animals has a program for very low cost where they come in and they can actually get all of them fixed. They recover for a couple days and then they can be released back out and be healthy and not keep having kittens and not keep letting that number grow.
So now, when you came up with the wine and wiggles, I mean, whose idea was that? I mean, are you part of a group to put this together, or was this just your idea and then you had to make it happen?
This was through Flint After 5, and so it was kind of fun the way we started brainstorming it. I was president of Flint After 5 the last 2 years, and this year I stepped off of their board. And they've agreed to do a couple of animal fundraisers this year. So we were just kind of brainstorming what's worked in the past, what events have been really successful, and kind of combined some things. Decided to do a cocktail party, which is always a lot of fun. And
when you drink, you talk about wine, everybody's there.
Right. And then we decided to invite the dogs out this time. So
do the dogs get to drink?
They can have water. We'll have plenty of fresh water for all of the dogs.
They're like rats. What kind of cocktail party for us and we don't get cocktails?
We have a toilet set up there for fresh water.
So you have a toilet set up for fresh water.
Oh,
that's a good one,
That's funny. That's funny.
So now the company that's making the food for the dogs is who, and how did you decide what they can have? Because I know some things they say dogs can't have, like chocolate or whatever.
Yes, Doodle Dog Bakery specializes in gourmet food for dogs. So they do a variety of things that are just so much fun. They used to have a place in Cortland Center. Now they're in Frankenmuth. And they make pizzas for dogs. So it's all wholesome foods that are healthy for the dogs. I don't know that I would recommend it to people, even though they look really good. They even
you might want to just test it.
From what I've heard from people, they just don't have all the sugars, so it's not quite as sweet as what we're used to eating. But the dogs love it.
Now, what about breads? Because I know people that come up to the church where I volunteer on Fridays. We do a food giveaway every Friday, and we have lots of bread left over. And people say, "Oh, I want to take some of that because I'm going to give it to my dogs." And some people say dogs are not supposed to have bread, and other people say, "Oh, it's fine, they can eat bread."
I know a lot of people will kind of supplement if they don't have money for dog food. I know that they'll give the bread to dogs. I don't know if that's good for them or not. I'm not really sure. I'd have to
Are
check
you more of a
on
cat
that.
person than a dog person?
I am. Yes.
So do you get to bring your cat, or is this just for dogs?
Just for dogs.
Well,
I know. I would love to have an outing for the cats.
That's discrimination, isn't it?
However, Pearson Pet Hospital is offering free microchipping, and if people want to get their cats microchipped, if they bring them in a carrier and leave them in the car, then the vet can do the microchipping still for the cats. I just don't think they would want to come run around with the dogs.
Now, either that would be a disaster.
See, Angela's got to pay a bribe to get back in her house because she's got all these cats. And they're saying, "What? You took the dogs, but you didn't take us?"
I know. The cats, I can see them going in there. So as soon as they see dogs, it's on. That would turn into a disaster.
I do have a couple of cats that think they're dogs. We have one that's called Daddy Kitty, and he follows you around like a puppy. When we have guests over, he welcomes them at the door. If they go to the bathroom, he escorts them. And
Get out of here.
I've taught him how to give me high paw, so he can do that.
Bye.
Yep.
That's too much.
We have another cat that plays fetch, so I'll throw things and she'll bring them back to me. So cats can be trained just like dogs. It just takes a...
I'm just learning so much stuff. That's why I have goldfish.
Goldfish are great too. But with Friends of Genesee County Animal Shelter, one of the things that they do, in addition to, I call it paying their bail money, because they're, they cover the poll fees, their bail money. So we're raising lots of bail money through this for the dogs. And for the cats, the money will also help the cats. But they also make life better for the animals at Animal Control. For example, last year, in the past, Animal Control houses, I think it's about 200 animals at a time. They've only had one dog run for the entire building to walk the dogs. They were only allowed out one at a time, so a lot of dogs just wouldn't go out. Friends raised the money, and they have 5 dog runs now. So it really helps to ensure all of the dogs, as long as there's enough volunteers, do get out every day. So things like that are so important. They also help with a lot of medical expenses. If animals are sick and they've come from Animal Control, then a lot of times Friends will help with the rescues with their costs. So they're kind of a clearinghouse and help providing support to Animal Control and the rescues.
So now when the dogs are at the animal shelter, is that run by, say, grants or monies like that where they can take the animals in, or are they, how are they sufficient to help the animals?
It's county funding, and so there is a budget set by the county to run Animal Control. I would love to see the shelter portion of Animal Control privatized. I know some people have brought proposals at different points on that. It would be so nice. I know you see Animal Control in the news all the time because of all the things
They're always
going on.
needing money.
and so the Animal Control, one of their primary duties is really the road patrol, where they go out and get the strays. They do a lot to bust the dog fighting rings and a lot of neglect cases, cruelty cases. That's their primary job. Yeah. And so then the shelter is just kind of a side adjunct onto that. And if we were able to get an organization to do a good job privatizing just the shelter portion of it, and then take that off of the county so they can focus on their main duties with the road patrol, I think it would be such a win-win for this community and for the animals.
So the road patrol are the ones who go around to the communities and pick up the strays?
Right.
Tell them they need to come over bring the cat cages. Right. Well, they just had a thing in the paper too recently. They found a bunch of dead dogs in a house, and I thought that was just sad. I don't have any dogs or anything, but it's still kind of sad to have a bunch of them left there like that. What happens in cases like that? When I watch the shows on TV, and they have like the animal patrol shows, and you see them going out, getting animal bodies and that kind of stuff, and try to ticket the owners or whatever. But when you just find them out there like that,
right, it's very sad. And they do have a cruelty investigator that's trained in trying to track down where that, what the situation is that caused that. So I don't know all of the details with Animal Control. I know the Humane Society also has a cruelty investigator, and they do work in conjunction with each other. We're very fortunate in Genesee County to have Sheriff Pickell, because he's got such a big heart for the animals, and he really works hard to crack down on these. Yeah. Part of what we need is judges who will enforce the maximum sentencing too for animal crimes, and I know Jennifer Manley is one of the judges running in this next election, and she has talked about how she will enforce the sentences for animals. So
what's funny to me is you can get a bigger sentence for animal cruelty than for shooting somebody. It's I don't understand. I don't understand that, because it's like people, well they're animals, they this and that, but I don't understand the law when it comes to the animal cruelty. What do they consider cruelty other than the dead dogs and if you kick a cat or kick a dog in public, is that cruelty? Because my neighbor, we just saw her kick her dog on the sidewalk. We
oh gosh, Yeah, and unfortunately they're not enforced as much as they should be once they go to court. The sentences are usually pretty light, and it usually just ends up resulting in a fine, unless we have a judge that will actually enforce it.
Right.
And so there are different degrees of neglect. It just has come through, I believe, in the last couple of weeks, where now animal cruelty is a can be a felony in all 50 states. It had been just a misdemeanor in most states, or in several states. So it is now considered a felony. And
wow. So do you have a set amount of money you think that you guys would like to make and have it like pieced out, like what you're going to do with it when you get it?
Yes,
it's like going shopping.
Right. Yes. Well, we would love to get a lot more animals out of animal control. We would definitely like to help with more of the medical expenses. Often dogs have heartworm or parvo or various things. Heartworm treatment can be anywhere from $300 to $2,000, and so depending on the severity, and it's so easy to prevent too. All you need to do is give them their monthly heartworm pill. Or for cats, dose them with Revolution or one of the Advantage Multi, something like that. It's so easily preventable and costly to treat. And so my goal for this is to raise at least $3,000 at a minimum to pull dogs out of animal control. The pull fees do vary, but it's around $60. Cats are around $10 typically.
So a dog is 60 and a cat is 10?
Typically. It does vary. They're just so flooded.
I know, see, the cats are just getting beat down. They can't come to the party, then they're only worth $10.
Right.
What? It's unfair.
We do leverage donations quite a bit. We use All About Animals through friends. They use All About Animals for spay and neuter. And the cost to get a cat fixed is only $40. The cost to get a dog fixed is only $80. So the cats luck out a little bit there. But
why is it that they have all the same kind of parts? I mean, why do they cost different? What makes them different in price?
They're bigger, and so
so you had the little bitty dog about this big, and you had a big fat cat. Is the price different?
At a vet, it might be, because at the vets they actually go by weight. But All About Animals costs are significantly lower than the vets, and they just try and keep it simplified. They do a lot of things for low-income people and rescues, and they do a fantastic job with the surgeries. They do really tiny incisions. And I don't go into that too much. But they do such a great job. Friends really works hard to leverage donation money to make it go as far as we possibly can. And
so what about like dental and stuff? Is all that covered, or is it just like being spayed or neutered? And
when you adopt a dog, typically it includes the spay, neuter, and vaccinations. Dental is separate. All About Animals does have a dental clinic though as well. That's $99. And then if the dog or cat needs extractions, it's $15 per extraction, but they never charge more than 4 extractions. Even if you have a lot of extractions, they never charge more than that. So you know. Now,
if they have a lot of extractions, do they get partials? I mean, I don't understand what would happen. They wouldn't be able to eat.
They can adapt pretty well. And it's better than having bad teeth, but that's why it's good to get their teeth cleaned every year, too. So.
They can't just chew those bones and clean their teeth like on that commercial.
Those can help, but dental cleaning is absolutely important, too.
I see, that's why I don't have pets. It's more than kids. You know, it's like you got another kid, you got to take them for the physical, you got to take them for the dentist. I don't know anything about worms. I don't know. Now, what's the difference between a spayed and a neuter? Who gets what?
A female gets spayed and a male gets neutered.
Now, what's the difference in the surgery?
Oh, do you want me to go into the details?
I want to know. Because I always hear have your pet spayed or neutered. I don't know which one gets spayed. I don't know which one gets neutered. And I don't even know what it is. How come they all can't be spayed? Or how come they all can't be neutered?
Well, the anatomy is different. And so with females, what they do, I've watched the vets with Dr. Bai. I've watched her during surgery. It's just fascinating. So they open a little tiny part on her stomach, and they'll pull out the ovarian tubes, and they tie them up, and so kind of puts them out of service, just like
women when you get your tubes tied.
Exactly.
So women get spayed.
Absolutely. Maybe more of them should.
I think so.
And then for the males, they actually cut into their testes, and they pop out the 2 little.
Now I've seen them do that on TV. They like little balls. They go in there and they pop them out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, is that it?
It's easy and done, and they heal very quickly, and it's amazing. And All About Animals, within just a couple days, I mean, they're within a day, really, they're all up and around, and you have to try to keep them contained with their energy, because they're
all amped up now.
They
run around sniffing again.
So many health benefits too. It decreases the risk of various cancers. It will prevent them from marking. It will prevent them, like the males, it'll stop them from a lot of the annoying where they try to grab
they hump and everything.
All of that. It'll stop all of that behavior. It'll stop the yowling behavior that you sometimes hear from cats. It just makes everybody more peaceful and then and feel better too.
Because I get so sick of what I see people walking their dogs in my community, and the dog stops at every tree and just like, and the tree in front of my house, I had to turn it into a flower bed to try to deter them, because it seemed like no matter what tree on the block, they all come to mind and sniff it, be like, yep, that's it, leg go up, and I'm just like, get the dog.
And female dogs will do that too.
All the dogs come to my neighborhood does it. I don't know if they male or female, but they all come along and hack up their leg at that tree. And I just got tired of it.
They'll smell the other dogs and they want to claim it as their own tree.
Yeah.
So they're trying to say, no, this is mine.
Everybody's parade around that tree so bad. I was just sick of seeing it. I could be sitting on the porch and they walk, the dog would stop, and I'm thinking, pull the dog on. They just stand there with the dog.
Right.
Oh.
That's why I take my dog out in the woods when I have to, and I can let her outside for an hour before I go. When I walk her, as soon as I walk out just the past the park area, the rough area, she's got to go.
See?
And she's outside in the yard for an hour beforehand.
She's holding it.
Can't do it in my yard. I want to do it somewhere else's.
I know. She's like, let me find that tree again.
She goes out in the woods more, though. In the woods, I'm unfortunate to live right down the street from a park. There's more woody areas. You can pick it up and everything, but it's not so like. I mean, I get ticked off. I come outside of my house, I see big piles of stuff right through my driveway.
Yeah, I get the cats in my yard all the time now, just like little piles here and there, and I just be so mad because it's like, ugh, and the cats. We have a couple new ones that come up, and I have a big tree stump in the back, and we put mulch around it and dress it up, and it's growing snow on the mountain. I look up, these two cats are laying up there hugged up like, oh, baby. I was like, what? Right. Dora, get out of here. They took off running, but it was just like crazy. I told my son, I said, look at them. They just made themselves at home. I mean, how do you keep, like, I don't even know. I'm just tired of it. Everybody's tired of them because they went next door to the neighbor's garage and just made a big mess in there, and then they just go through the whole community. It's like we called animal control and they're like, where are they?
Yeah. Well,
how can you tell? I don't know.
Yeah, All About Animals, if you give them a call, they really are great with a lot of the solutions that they can do too. And
now, where are they located?
They're located in Warren, but they come up here regularly. Mm-hmm. So they have 3 clinics: Warren, Auburn Hills, and in Detroit as well. And they have a transport that they come up several times a month. So they pick up at Petco on Miller Road, and then they have more areas. I believe in Goodrich they have a pickup now, and in Ortonville they also have a pickup. So they actually come up here, pick the animals up, take them down to the clinic in Warren and fix them. They have one that goes to Flushing that will actually spay them the same day, and you pick them up that same afternoon. But if anybody needs their number, it's 586-879-1745, or their website, allaboutanimalsrescue.org. And TNR is just such a great solution, and then you're not getting more cats. And if they go away, then
a couple years ago, Angela and her husband JJ helped me catch the animals in live traps, the animals, the cats. And we did that. We took them out there, and they took them down wherever they did the spaying and neutering, and they also did shots too.
Exactly. Yes.
And the problem was tapered off. I mean, I got one cat, a female, is still. I think I have 4 kittens running around now. But if I hadn't done that, we hadn't done that 3 years ago now, I would have had 75 cats in my back area.
Exactly.
I got 10 now, 10 or 15. But the thing is, so that catch and release, and then catch and then spay and neuter and then releasing is really, really effective.
Right. And they actually, if you go through their training class, or if you have somebody working with you that's gone through their class, it's only $25, and that includes a free rabies vaccine as well. So
is that the rabies for me? Or for
them? Actually, it helps because one time I was glad one of the cats we had spayed or neutered, when I was coming down the steps, got spooked by my dog, and it jumped and it wanted to grab my back, my leg, and it bit into me and scraped. And thank God it was one of the ones we had rabies shots for.
Right.
And so, because that was a peace of mind that I didn't have to go see if I could catch that cat and get it tested. So, it is really. I mean, I'd encourage anybody. I encourage everybody to partake in that. But it's just spaying and neutering these cats and let them go back. Because it does. It's like a placeholder. I don't have as many cats coming in because we keep the same number up. And they're soon to. I live in a pretty much isolated area, and the cats seem to be fairly safe. I've had a couple cars, hit the cats and kill them, but it's slowed down because it's a dead end area. And but it's really effective. I mean, I always wanted to thank you again for that because it helped us out. So it helped them. The neighbors are just amazed at the number of cats have stayed pretty much consistent.
That's great. Yes, they are territorial, so they will keep the other cats away. If you get rid of them, it's the vacuum effect. More will come in and have kittens, but once they're fixed, that's great to hear your testimonial on that. Thanks.
John did a testimonial. So that why do dogs hump on everything and cats don't?
I'm not sure exactly.
Because you always see it, but you never see the cats.
Yeah, cats just don't. Just kind of an interesting fact, and this shows, I am a bit of a cat person. So neurologists have done testing. And dogs, neurons are what show how much capacity you have for thought. And dogs have 160 million neurons in their brain, which is great. And cats have 300 million neurons. So maybe the cats understand.
They know better.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I never heard of that. That's a good one. I'm about to go look that up on the internet. Google that, John. I want that info by the end of the show.
So it's interesting.
That is. Once you talk to a person that, like, you're so involved with animals like that, I can see a lot of different things because, like I said, I'm not an animal person. I have 3 goldfish, and that's my limit. Because one thing is when I'm ready to travel, I'm ready to go. I don't want to have to worry about where I'm going to put them. I'm not going to take them with me. So I don't want to be responsible for another person because it's like a little kid.
Right. And that's what people need to understand is that it is a lifelong commitment.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that goes to it, with the annual vetting and if you're going on vacation, exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to have to worry about it. I just worry about how to feed my goldfish for a week. And one of them jumped out, so it's like,
oh gosh.
He was gone when I came back. I was like, oh my God, I never saw a fish jump out of a fish tank. But maybe he was looking for something else. I don't know. But so this event, is this going to be an annual event, you think, or is this just like one thing you thought of and it just ended up working out?
I'm not sure. I think it would be fun to do it annually. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it would be a good thing. Like this would be the first year and see how it goes, and then next year it might pop it up in a different place.
Right, I think that would be great. We're doing a silent auction as well. We're also looking for sponsors if anybody's interested in sponsoring or donating to the silent auction. We have some great gift certificates already for the silent auction. We have massage gift certificates, which we'll probably pair up with some wine and maybe some chocolate. We have a gift certificate to the Sweet D's Tea Room, some hair salon certificates, a lot of great stuff. The Cork donated to our auction.
They gave you some wine.
They're legally not allowed to give us wine, but they did give us a gift certificate. So somebody
I
can
want
go.
the bottles.
We will have those with the massage certificates that we have. So Power of Touch Massage and In Touch Massage both have donated gift certificates already. And some of our great sponsors, I'm really honored. My friend George Hamo is a prominent attorney in Flint, and he sponsored for us. And the Coin Shop in Davison. And then the pizza company in Davison. This was really unique. I've never had a sponsor do this, and I love it. All of their employees pitched in together along with the owner and sponsored. And so it's so
the
nice
pizza
of them.
queen?
Pizza company.
Oh, I thought
Pizza
you said
company.
Queen Pizza or something. I was like, well, that's new.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, and their pizza is so good down there, too. I went there for my birthday last week. We had pizza for lunch. So
That's a good thing.
Delicious.
Wow. Well, you have some good sponsors. And so the silent auction, you have, like, you still accepting things because when is the deadline for people to donate?
June 4th. So we're accepting sponsors
Next
and
week.
silent auction items. And we also have early bird tickets. All of that is through June 4th. So the early bird ticket price, you actually save $10 by buying your tickets before June 4th. And it's only $20 with our early bird ticket pricing. And that includes your wine, it includes your food, it includes your food for your dog, and a great time. So
now the dog's going to be on leashes because...
Yes, absolutely.
Because I just don't like when I go somewhere and the dogs jump up on me. I just be in a panic, like, oh, get the dog. They like, he won't bite. His teeth be like this big.
Yeah, we are asking everybody to bring pets that, responsibly are good around other people and other dogs.
Now, they're not the big giant dogs coming up in there like, tall as I am.
They might be. They might be.
So are you going to have a billiards table so they can play, get that famous play poker,
Yeah, they got to have a poker table. That's going to be the picture.
I love those pictures, but I know they're kitschy as get out, but I love those pictures. Yeah.
Absolutely. I just, somebody emailed me a bunch of them that were from the early 1900s. It was just fascinating. All these people dressed up their dogs in different...
and set them at the table. They have a cigar hanging out their mouth and playing poker.
But it's going to be such a great event. So early bird ticket prices through June 4th are $20. You can get them by calling 616-690-9548, or you can email alleycatangels@gmail.com. alleycatangels with an S at gmail.com, or the phone number 616-690-9548. And at the door, the tickets are going to be $30, so you definitely should get your tickets right away.
Right. Now, what are retail tickets? You have a price for retail. What does that mean?
$25 if you're anywhere between June 4th and the day before the event.
Oh, and before you walk up to the door, you still can save $5.
Exactly, yes, $25 for the tickets. So, and the $20 is actually at our cost, so it's a great deal for everybody.
So, well, that's good. I hope it turns out well. I've never seen anything like it. John's going to have to go and take his cats and dogs.
Does Alley Cat Angels have a website they can go to make maybe donations between events and stuff? Or
we have a Facebook page, yes. Alley Cat Angels of America on Facebook is our page.
It's your own organization.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes. And basically, I founded it to act as a voice between various animal nonprofits. I saw so many animal nonprofits when I moved out here from Arizona. I wanted to bridge them together and highlight their message and bring it to the public. So I love doing these events like this. I also help with coordinating 3-year fundraising plans and grant writing as well. Those are my main specialties. And so anybody who's willing to donate to Alley Cat Angels of America, it's greatly, greatly appreciated. Will help the local animals. And I also, if anybody's watching that has their own nonprofit, I do consulting. So I do travel throughout the United States offering consulting services as well. So I can do a presentation if you're interested in learning about all the different types of fundraisers. Large-scale fundraisers are actually my specialty, but in my presentation we touch on everything from estates to large-scale fundraisers to small-scale fundraisers and what you can do to create your 3-year fundraising plan.
Oh, well, that's good to know, because I used to help out a lot of volunteers, and I would always be on like the fundraising side of it. So it's always fun when you have to go out, knock on doors, and ask people, and you actually get something in your hand. You just like be in heaven.
Isn't it great? It's like Christmas.
Yeah, I mean when I just go up and talk to strange people. You start talking about a project or whatever, and people be like, "Oh, well, I want to get in on that." No, next thing you know, you've gotten donations, and it turns out to be pretty easy.
It is, yeah.
And you can do 3 years in a row. You're like, I can give you 3 years.
Right, exactly.
Oh, well, that's great.
It's so nice. I always feel, even though none of the stuff is for me, I always feel like it's like Christmas when we're putting the silent auction baskets together.
Right.
I just picture all of the little dogs and all of the cats that it's going to help. And
so all your little kids.
Right. And it just makes a world of difference. And it's, each and every person that comes to the event, we value each of you so much. Everybody who sponsors, whether you come in at our $50 level or at our $500 level, it's so greatly appreciated. At the $50 level, we can get a cat fixed and fully vaccinated, and it feeds them for 10 days.
Wow.
Or at the $350 level, we are covering the pull fees, so we can get bail money for 6 of the animals, 6 of the dogs at animal control. Or $500, we're treating a dog for heartworm. We leverage it. We appreciate everything so much.
And you can stretch every penny.
Absolutely. We're very, very good at that.
That's the main thing, because you never know how much you're going to get, and then you get an overwhelming amount of pets and you run out of money, it's like, now what?
Right. Or sometimes we have those hoarding cases where we get called on too, or the backyard breeders that we get called on, and somebody's got to come help those animals. And so we do a fun event like this where it's something that people can come out and just have a great time, and then we'll use that money for the animals.
Well, you probably make more than $3,000. Because everybody loved the Hoffmans.
You think so?
Everybody loved the Hoffmans. Those kids are great, because when I volunteered over at Table and Taps and one of the brothers was there, and I told him, I said, they won. And it was like them and then my group, and then the next one was third place. And I told him, I said, it's not fair. Everybody knows the Hoffmans. It's not fair. I'm like, how much did you win? I said, I want to know what you win over me. But I think they'll do well because, like you say, everybody knows Hoffman. Plus, they can go shopping next door. Exactly. Go to the antique side while you wandering around with the dogs. It could be a win-win for everybody. But don't take the animals in the antique shelters.
Right.
The bull and the China cat.
We'll have the patio area for all of the dogs.
So this will be outside.
It will, yes. Yeah. It's from 7 to 9 p.m., so it still is light out at this area, which is great.
Yeah. I thought you had to have, did they have to have like a special something to have dogs in the food mix like that? You have to have like a special
because it's a private party and we're outside and it's specified that it's a dog event.
Okay.
So yes, the dogs aren't allowed inside the building.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Do you have to have something special when you want to have an event for dogs? I don't know. I'm learning every day.
Right. It's a little different out west where it's more common. We have the doggy diners and all of that.
Yeah. In New York, I've seen where they bring the dog right and set it up to the table. And I'm just like, they might think I'm mean, but no, dog don't go on the table.
Well, Doodle Dog Bakery does such a great job. I actually buy a lot of our Christmas presents at Doodle Dog Bakery for our family pets in Arizona for my mom's dogs and for our families that have pets and ship them out there because they are so cute. It just makes you really want to eat the food even though it's for the dogs. So
and they're looking forward to their Christmas gift from Aunt Angela. Hey, Angela, I'm getting a gift. And put them under the tree and everything.
I do.
Oh my goodness.
Add a little catnip. Our cats all have their own Christmas stockings, and so I infuse them with some catnip so they actually crawl into the oversized stockings.
Oh my goodness. I bet you that's fun. You're going to have to put some of that on Facebook, a video of Christmas with the kitty cats.
Right.
I think that would be hilarious.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in today and just give us the name of the event and where it is one more time for everybody in case they missed it.
Absolutely. Wine and Wiggles, benefiting Friends of Genesee County Animal Shelter, hosted by Flint After 5 at Hoffman's Deco Deli, which is 503 Garland Street, right in downtown Flint, Garland and University, June 18th. That's a Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Get your early bird tickets early by calling 616-690-9548 or emailing alleycatangels@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page, Wine and Wiggles Cocktail Party. So I will see you there.
Well, thank you so much. And I want everybody to make sure you come out and help Angela raise a lot of money for her kids.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming in again, Angela. And hopefully we'll see you again with the next big event. Just keep me posted when you're ready and I'll be ready.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. So this is Flaminpit Show and we're out.